close it. Thank you. All right, Talofa love everybody. Welcome to class number 6, and we're doing telling time. We're gonna tell time today, and also asking questions. So not we're gonna talk about questions like who, what, when, where, how and why. So just like we do every class, we start off with just kind of a review from last time. So we did counting, right? So there's several ways that you can count. We try to keep it real simple in here. So um, 24. Since we don't have the interaction sort of thing, I'll just kind of give you guys a second and then I'll just go ahead and say it. Um, so 24, remember it's two tens and a 4. So in order to say that, 10 is sefulu, right? Sefulu. Lua is 2. So we have two tens. Lua sefulu and then fa. Or if you hear lua sefulu male fa. So the male, M-A, and then L-E. Oh man, I need to figure out how to write at the same time while I'm on here. But M-A-L-E, so that is a male. So and the 4. So lua sefulu male fa. All right. And then we have 79. So we have seven tens. Seven tens. So 7 is fitu or fiku. And then we have 10 is sefulu. So fitu sefulu. And then Eva. Eva is 9. So 79. Or fitu sefulu male Eva. All right. Then we have 100. So 100 is selau. Selau. So selau, which is 100. And then 56. So we have five tens, lima sefulu, and then 6 is ongo. So ongo. Selau, lima sefulu male ongo. Selau, lima sefulu ono. All right. And then 18, 18, I'll give you a second. That's going to be sefulu. So we have a 10 and an 8. So sefulu, and then 8 is valu. Sefulu valu. All right. A little bit harder, we have 900s. 900s. So that is, remember, selau is going to be 100. So Eva selau. Then we have 9 tens. Okay. Eva sefulu. And then we have a 9. Eva or male Eva. So Eva selau. Eva sefulu male Eva. Or just Eva. All right. And then thousands. So we have a 3 in the thousands place. So 3 is afe, A-F-E, afe. So tolu afe, and we don't have anything in the 100 place, and then so we just say 27. So lua sefulu, two tens and a 7. So male fitu, or just fitu, lua sefulu fitu. So tolu afe, lua sefulu fitu, right? So hopefully that made sense. If not, just get a refresher. Go back to class number 5, and it's gonna be under the free class section. All of the classes are on there. You can look on that, and then there's a whole bunch of other links. Worksheets, everything like stuff I've been doing for the last 5 years. It's all on there, so you can go check those links out. All right. All right. So on to some more counting, new information though. For some of you, how many? So when you say how many, efia, efia. Just a real quick note that the e is a tense marker, right? It's a present tense marker. And then fia means several different things in Samoan, but in this context, we're talking about how many or how much. This depends, right? So presently, how much? So, or if you say it together, like how many or how much. So if we say, um, efia, so how many ato or ako is bag. So how many bags? Efia ako. So then etolu, etolu. So when you're saying a number, because we're presenting a number. So the present tense marker for, the present habitual, like if you're just saying what something is, saying what an action is or a number, then we would lead with the e, like that. This tense marker. So etolu ato, E toluaku. So that is we're just saying it's 3 bags. 3 bags. It's 3 bags. Okay. Efia moa. So we in our last class we introduced location phrases, right? So moa is chicken, right? So we have how many chickens? How many chickens? And then our location is I le fanua, in the field. How many chickens in the field, right? So efia moa I le fanua. And we're saying etasi le moa I le fanua. So we have e, that's our tense marker. Tasi is one, and then you might wonder, well, why is the le? Why do we say le moa right there? That's because it's a singular moa. It's a one moa. It's a one. It's a one moa chicken. It's a it's a one chicken. It's one chicken, right? So that's why it's le moa. And then where is it at? I le fanua. I le fanua. So it tasi le moa I le fanua, right? So up here we said, it told, since it's 3 bags, right? It's not a singular bag, so we didn't say leato because it wouldn't make sense, right? Because that we're saying it's 3, and then we're gonna make the bag singular if we say le. All right, that might be going too much into, um, sentence structure and stuff like that. I kind of just want to give you guys basic phrases, so hopefully you understand that. This makes it a singular. That makes it a singular chicken, right? So etasi le moa. So it's one chicken in the field, right? Now on this one we say if efia ata. How many pictures? Where? I lautusi, in your book. How many pictures in your book? And then the answer is Eva. Eva. How many is Eva? It's 9. So it's 9 pictures in my book. Lau tusi. All right. So that goes back to possessive pronouns. We had like a list of them. We went over them real fast. So hopefully you guys know that one. But the difference between lau and lau is your, right? So someone is asking how many pictures in your book, right? Lau tusi. And then the person responding, they're saying e iva ata. So it's 9 pictures. Where? I lau tusi, in my book, right? So we start our location phrase. If you are big into English, this is called a preposition. So remember in our last class we said ilunga o, ilalo o. I'm sorry. So ilunga, like, up. Ilalo, down. Iluma, in front. Itua, in the back. Ifafo, outside. This right here, we're just saying in the book or at the book. So it's 9 pictures in the book. E iva ata ilautusi. All right. So hopefully you guys are getting it. I'm not. I'm not sure. I'm not used to the not. It's usually I do it on Zoom, so it's like people ask questions right then and there. If you have questions though, just send me an email at matonganganga@gmail.com, and then we can talk offline. All right. Now here's something. Put this down, just like efia. When you ask, like somebody asks you a question and you're like, you want to know how many, just say efia, like how many, right? But then if you want to ask how much does it cost or what is the price of something, then you'll ask them, like you'll say efia le tau, right? So we have le tau is the cost or the price, right? Altogether is how much does it cost or what is the price or how many is the price. Okay, how many the cost, how many the price, okay? So, and then someone could just answer sefulu tala is $10, right? Uh, lua sefulu tala is $20, whatever it is. But that's a good practice exercise to go back and forth with somebody anytime. Just replace it. That's one thing I tell with my son. I say, if you know it in Samoan, just say it in Samoan, or just ask it in Samoan. Whatever it is, if you know it, just say that. So don't and this is just what we do here. I'm just saying you guys could do it too. Like, don't if you know how to say it in Samoan, don't ask me, how much does it cost? Just say if you're the tout, and then I'll tell you. Oh yeah, or in our case, it'd be like you know, however many like lima lima sefulu. Like he just asked me for something. It was $50. So lima sefulu tala. So that's a good exercise. If you're the tout, how many the price, or how much is it? What is the cost? So yeah, take that one down. So now when we're talking about people in Samoan, and that's why Samoan is a very contextual language. So, and this is another thing that we don't do in English. Whenever you're talking about people, um, the Samoan language distinguishes people with etoa. So we still have our tense marker there, and then we have toa, toa, right? So, and then after the toa, it's either gonna come like, if you're asking like how many, so etoa fia, and then we're saying pepe, how many babies, how many babies, right? And because we're talking about babies, pepe, we have to say in front of the fia, like how, in front of the how many, in front of the fia, we're gonna say toa, e toa fia. So this is a good template, like just something to practice. Just write that e toa fia. So whenever you're talking about people, it don't matter if it's pepe, tama, tene, tamaloa, whatever kind of people you're talking about, you just say toa, toa, right? E toa fia pepe, and then we're gonna carry it even down here. So when we answer, our answer is still gonna be etoa, etoa lua. So lua is if how many? It's gonna be two. So we're gonna say two people, baby. Well, it's two um, babies. It's two babies. So etoa lua pepe. So because we're talking about babies, we're gonna say toa lua, toa lua. It's two babies. Now down here is a little bit different. It's the same principle, but the only reason why we have the le is for how why? It's because why we have it's one baby. Because it's one baby, we say le pepe, right? But if it was six babies, we would say etoa ono, etoa ono pepe. We wouldn't have to have the le right there because it's multiple babies. But only in this case, because since it's one baby, we say le pepe, right? Etoa tasi le pepe, one baby. It's one baby. It's one baby. Okay. And then whenever we're talking about just numbers, period. Actually, this should have been the first slide. So elua. So just before the numbers, we just say elua. So elua ta'avale. So it's two cars. It's two cars. Another way you could say it is o ta'avale elua. So that's probably beyond the scope of what we're talking about here. But just it is two cars. It's two cars. It's two cars. If it's um, tense, and then that's our number, and then the subject. All right. I probably should move faster. Okay, so now let's get into telling time. I don't see any questions here. So, oh wait, I'm not even on the right screen. Okay. So telling time in Samoan, our definitions to talk about. We have ta. You might hear people say ka. Remember the T can be pronounced like a K as well. So ta or ka means to strike. And then ua. Ua is a tense marker. A lot of times we're gonna hear like ua talifia, ua kalifia. You'll hear either way, but the ua is a. Remember, if you go back to our tense markers, the tense markers is, I'm sorry, the ua tense marker is present tense, but it indicates a change. It doesn't matter when I ask you what time it is, the time always changes. So I could ask you the time right now, where I'm at in the Midwest is going to be 9:14. So I could ask you again, a second from now, the time has changed. So Samoan language takes into account of that. So it doesn't matter when they ask, it's always changing. So that's why this we say ua. So ua talifia, ua kalifia. I think that's, yeah, that's on the next slide. Ua talifia. What time is it? Time always changes, so you're always updating somebody. The ua is the update tense marker. Oops, my bad. All right, so fia means how many, how many. Okay, toy, and I'm just going through these right here. A lot of times people, especially on the internet, when I go through the formal way of saying what time it is or replying with the time, the native Samoan is like, you don't have to say all that. But I'm just going through it, just in case, just so you can have it. So toy, we're talking about the time before. So maybe it's 5 minutes before five, 5 minutes before the hour, whatever it is. Toy, that's where that word comes from. All right. Te'a. Te'a come we're talking about the time after. So if it's 10 minutes after the hour, 27 minutes after the hour, that's what the te'a. That's what the te'a is. Teimi or keimi is gonna be time. That means time. Teimi. Um, itula is the hour. Itula, hour. Afa is half. Afa is half. And I'm pretty sure you guys heard that word. Anytime we talk about half, like afkasi or afa, whatever it may be, that's what that word is. Probably the easiest one to remember out of all of these. Kuwata sounds like English, yeah. So kuwata, quarter. Minute, minute, same like English, but we just pronounce it in a Samoan way. Minute, secone, secone, second, second. All right, we don't have a. Remember, there's no C in Samoan, so we put the K. So secone, second, and then toititi ta, toi iti iti ta, kokiki ka. If you say the K style, kokiki ka, almost strike, almost strike. Um, this word right here I heard a lot growing up because they'd be like, kokiki polongu. Like, we're going pretty soon I'll slap your face if you keep it up. So that's how I always remember koikiki. Koikiki and then ka or toititi ta. Like pretty soon strike or almost strike. All right. So now if you don't remember anything else, all of the toy and te'a, all of that, um, at least remember this. You can say this every single day when you ask your partner, whoever, your parents, or you just say uatalifia or uokalifia. What time is it? So in translation, that's what that is. What time is it? But it is that's our tense marker, right? With our changing tense marker, it indicates the change. Strike the how many? It's strike the how many? What time is it? What time is it now? Right? So uatalifia. So ua and then right down here. Ua and then strike the five. It has struck the five. So that would be your response. If it's 5 o'clock, we would say, it has struck the five. Uatale lima. It has struck the five. All right, so 5 o'clock. Again, so uatale fia. What time is it? Uatale lima. It has struck the five. If it's 5:30, remember afa is half. Afa is half. So it has struck. I'm sorry. It is half the five. It's half the five. Ua afa le lima. It is half the five. So it's 5:30. Okay. And if you want to say, instead of saying something like it's 4:57 or something like that, you could say it is now pretty soon strike the five. So it's almost 5 o'clock. So it could be 4:47. It could be 4:52. But whatever it is almost 5 o'clock. So ua toititi tale lima, ua koikiki kale lima. All right. So this is very important. If you can just remember the phrases, that's great. Ua kalifia, ua talifia, ua kale lima, ua afale lima, ua koiki, ua toititi tale lima. Okay. And then, so these are more formal. I won't spend too much time on these ones right here. So, ua toi. So, what this is saying is like, it has now become before. Remember, toi is before. or in other contexts, it means again. I'm not sure if we're going to get to that next week or not. So it has become before, and then whatever time we're talking about, the hour. So itula is the hour. So uatoe lima minute, lima minute. It has it is now become before 5 minutes to the hour, right? So that's 4:55. 4:55. So these are the ones here where I said I'm not going to spend too much time because when I said it online, the people in Samoa was like, you don't have to say all that. It's too much talking. All you got to do is say fa lima lima, and that's fine. I don't know. Some people they'll say uatoy, so they're saying it is before 5 minutes to the five, which is 4:55. Uatoy lima minute ile lima. Uatoy lima minute ile lima. But a lot of people just say fa lima lima, right? 4:55. Um, Now, when you're talking about time that's after, when you're referencing something that's after, so in this case, we're saying it's 5 minutes after the five. So, ua, and then we put our whatever we're saying. So, in this case, we're saying lima minute. That's our 5 minutes, okay? It has become 5 minutes, lima minute, ete ai, after, okay? Le, this should actually say le lima, but this says the hour. So this should actually say le lima. So it has become 5 minutes after the hour. In this case, it's 5 o'clock. So uatoy lima minute ete ai le lima, right? Um, but again, you could just say lima o lima. That's what apparently a lot of people say. So and then if you just want to say what time is the game, what time is the alfaipese, what time is the choir or whatever. So you just say olea. This should have a fatma mafa over the a. By the way, my bad. Um, what olea letemi? What the time of the ta'alonga, the game, So Super Bowl was what, last week or week before last? Olea letemi o le ta'alonga. What time is the game? Okay, so olea is what, letemi is the game, and then oh my bad, letemi is the time. So what the time, letemi ole, and we're talking about ta'alonga or the game. So what the time of the game, So olea letemi o le ta'alonga. What the time of the game? So got 8 more minutes. Sorry, I don't. Okay, so let's do a quick quiz with our time before we move on. Then we'll get to questions. I think we have time for a few questions. So if we were to say 8 o'clock, I'll just give you like 5 seconds. I know that's not a lot of time, but remember the main thing. Someone is gonna ask you uatalefia. You can just say valu. You could say it has struck the valu, so that's gonna be ua tale valu. Okay, so just for conversation purposes or exercise purposes, someone says ua tale fia, ua tale valu. It has struck the eight. Ua tale fia, ua tale valu. Right, so that's that one. In this case, we're gonna say ua tale fia. What it has struck what I'm sorry, it has struck the how many, how many has it struck. Now we're gonna say if it's like half the hour, ua afa le fitu. Okay, afa, remember that's half. Ua afa le efia, or how many. It has struck the fitu. Ua afa le fitu is half the seven, right? Now, in this case, remember, we can say it with all of these, we can say it in several different ways, right? But we can say it is almost 12, right? So we could say, if you go back to your notes, if we say ua toititi ta, it is about to be, or it is about to strike sefululua. So it's about to strike the 12, right? Um, you could also, if you wanted to say like other people say, they'll say se furutasi lima lua. You could say it that way, okay? Um, we don't really have time to go through the formal way like how we would say right here. So like the time after 52 minutes after the 11, that's another way to say it. And then here we have remember kuata, kuata, kuata. Let me that word right there. It looks just like the quarter, but it's kuata, kuata. Ua kuata le efia tolu, e tolu. So ua tale fia, ua kuata le tolu. It is a quarter of three. Okay, 3:15. All right, so we only got 5 minutes. I'll just go through this and then we'll introduce our questions next week. Okay, so who, oai, oai, oai. So and then so that means who, where, ofair, ofair. Okay, ofair. A lot of times people will just say fair, and but you will know by context that they're saying where. And I probably should have put these together. Like when. So when is affair, and then that's the future when. So when is this going to happen in the future? Somebody will say affair. If they say anafair, anafair is still when, but it's when in the past. Okay, so when in the past. Um, so sometimes people just say fair, especially with the future when. I think only with the future when. They'll say fair, but you'll know through context that they're talking about when. Okay, so where or fair, when is affair. That's the future when. So and then the past tense when is anafair, and we're gonna talk about the differences between those. What is olea? Olea, and that's a singular what. So when I say Samoan really breaks things down contextually because we have a singular what, which is olea, right? Olea. The plural what, like if you're talking about multiple things, we'll say oa, oa, and we do have examples of that. And then we talked about these. Oh, and then just is kind of like an abbreviation for the affair, affair. All right, which is the future when. Why is Isaiah, Isaiah, and then how is going to be fapefer, and then also oa, oa. All right, let me see what slides we got next. Okay, so if you just wanted to go ahead and start practicing with questions, um, so this says who's the boss, the boss. So if you know the word pule, pule is gonna mean boss or ruler or something like that. Ole pule, like that just means the boss, like we're identifying the boss. But if you want to say who's the boss, all you gotta do is just throw the oi in front of the le pule, right? So now we say oi le pule. Who is the boss? Who's the boss? Who's the boss? Um, we talked about how to put together like our tense, past tense, na, right? So that's past tense. The action is ave, is to take or to take away, ave esse, and then take what? Lau ta'avale, my car, my car. So past tense, take away my car, took my car. So all we gotta do is throw the oi in the front, and we say oi na ave esse lau ta'avale. Who took my car? Who took my car? All right. Um, only got 1 more minute left. I'll go through this last one. So, and then remember, in our last one, we talked about lae. So, lae indicates a location. It's over there somewhere, wherever. It's away from here. So, lae, and then I totonu o. I totonu o le fale. Right? Lae. So, over there inside of the house. So, if I say oai, I just throw the who in front of the what we already know. So oai lae I tonu olefale. Like who's inside of the house? Who is inside of the house? And yeah. So I'll stop right there. because I have to get off. I gotta get up early in the morning. But hopefully, if you guys have any questions, like I said, just go ahead and hit me on the email, and we can talk about it. I'll send you go back and forth. And it's been a pleasure. Fasoifua, alofatu, and have a great weekend, guys. Fasoifua.